Hello, I'm Mike. I'm an ex Hells Angel member. I was a member and started the Fresno charter, and I transferred to Santa Barbara to start them up. And then I transferred back to Fresno, and that's where I left in 2011. I'm chatting with Staxx.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got Mike Lynch.
Yeah, everybody knew because I got my tattoos all over my neck, my chest, my arms, and It seems like the hierarchy of the correctional, they want to get some kind of like a move ahead. They want that little chunk that they say I got it directly from the, okay, well, in my case, that's never true because there's only two words I've ever said. Fuck you. I don't have recordings. I have nothing to say to you. Lawyer, whatever we got to do. I mean, we were taught. I mean, most guys that ran around the streets a little bit, let's say, I didn't, criminal activity or not, in certain situations, you should already have all these things under your fucking belt. I mean, you ain't got to tell me not to talk to that motherfucker. They're not going to do me no. Oh, well, hey man, no, liar. So if that's instilled into your body and your mind thought when you come into, they'll pull you. Where are you going? Where you been? You have any guns? No, I have nothing to say, and then they said, well, he said, oh yeah, you know how it is. It's just like any criminal. They're trying to, if they don't have it physically, then they will manufacture whatever they need to fit the crime on this individual member. If they don't have quite enough, well, they'll get the pot a little bit more juicy by hook or by crook, and Laughlin was probably one of the biggest ones that people were disappearing, that were potential witnesses, and all of a sudden they're gone because what they had to say was damaging to the prosecution's case. Well, now they can't be subpoenaed because we can't find them. Where's this paramedic? Where's this doctor? Where's this teller? Where's this, where is the lady that was serving at the bar? I mean, where are these people that this is here and there in this film? But for us to try to get a hold of them and have them tell their side of the story, they're not to be found nowhere. It's just like when they found Dago Chris was out in the desert on his bike.
Yeah.
Okay. How's the guy at 3 a.m. in the middle, and I mean in the middle of absolute nowhere? How does he get murdered? Well, he's
on
got
the side of the road. He had his badge on too.
Okay. And his wallet was sitting on his seat. Okay. And I'm sure that the powers that be have gotten down to whatever, but to all of us, we're I just talked to Chris. He goes, man, I got to leave in the middle of the night because it was his kid's birthday in San Diego. So he's hauling ass. He participated in our deal, but I got to go. And he took off by himself. Nobody was with him. Well, they find him out in the desert, bike's on its kid stand. He didn't get shot off, nothing. Bike's still sitting there. And when they get there, his wallet was sitting on his seat. Okay. As if maybe he was showing his ID to somebody. I mean, I don't know, but I know, if it smells like shit, it is shit, and that's the kind of the dirty things I'm talking about that happened and get swept under the rug. And Chris was good, man. You know, anybody that's going to ride that far to be at his kid's birthday party, not just tell, nah, man, I can't be here. I got to be with the club. Not him. He chose to do what he did, and he got killed for it. And basically, I say he was murdered. You know, that whole incident there. And then as the evidence comes out, you start seeing, God damn, Las Vegas Police Department, this police department, these guys are in on everything. And they're back there like this, stirring that pot.
Yeah.
People don't go down to a casino or go into a casino unless somebody gave them the old, yeah, y'all ought to hang out down there.
100%.
Well, next thing you know, there's 10 Hells Angels and 75, 100 other guys. Next thing you know, another 30 Hells Angels show up because they're being told,
hey, these guys are surrounding your guys.
And it's you know, what are you going to do? Let's see. Let's wait. You know, no. Another 100 miles an hour parked right in the fucking doorway of the casino and you. And everybody knows what happened. But the problem is, what they don't know is how deeply involved law enforcement was and how much their hatred with outlaw motorcycle clubs. I mean, if you're willing to kill somebody or get them killed, knowing full well that's what you're doing right now is going to get a few of them guys killed, you know, and knowing that, no problem, you know. Okay, they accepted it as part of the job. Matter of fact, some of them guys get off on that shit. You know, look what I did. Look what I was responsible for. And, you know, I that's one of my biggest pet peeves with law enforcement. You know, now that the club is not part of my everyday life, you know, and then I got away from everything and put everything in perspective. And then, you know, VA helped me with the PTSD and all the bullshit. And the main thing is the anger, the hatred, and carrying in that grudge. You know, carrying a grudge made my guts bleed. You know, I mean, I fucking hated some people so fucking bad that it was changing my life. You know, nobody wanted to be around me because I'm constantly angry. You know, you don't pay attention to the job at hand because you're over here fucking wanting to get revenge, or you know what I mean? It deters you from doing what you're supposed to be doing, and that's leading your club and participating in what we do.
Now, you were in the club for quite a while.
Yeah.
Who are some of the notable members that you've met over the years?
Goddamn, I mean, I could sit here all day long, and the thing that the reason I would make note of them, because they took the time out to grab me, knowing what I was doing, knowing I was the underdog, starting a new charter, and you know, basically it's you against the world, and you got to make the world like you. So they're giving me pointers, these older guys, and you know, you got Big Mike out of Richmond, you have Cisco, you have Sonny, you have Wayne down in Purdue, and Jeff. You have guys in Dago. You have guys in every geographical area that excel in taking care of the group, gaining knowledge. I mean, their knowledge of things. You know, I got sick with the hepatitis and I started getting cancer. And Mike out of Richmond was dealing with the medical issue. He called me in the middle of the night, says, okay, here's your diet. Here's your this, here's your that. And to this very day, you know, 20 years later, I'm still on it. I still take those same vitamins. I still take this. So it prevents anything from rearing its head back up. You know, wow. There's guys in there that are so knowledgeable and they just leave you in awe. East Coast, I mean, John the Baptist was one that was so knowledgeable on the legal issues. You know, you got guys that they have their specialty, you know, how to make money, legal issues, membership, how to guys that dealt with the public and had these, we have an event and we got 50 people that are just everyday citizens, can't wait to donate to the what law enforcement says, we're all killers, murderers, and dope addicts and all that shit. How do these people communicate with this if we're so bad? Obviously somebody in this club is smart, and obviously somebody knows their business. Somebody knows this. Somebody knows medical. I mean, it's just that it's never ending. If you're active, I'm active. I'm everywhere. I do everything, and I listen to every word that I'm told by a person that I should be listening to. Some of the guys thought that was fuddy-duddy shit. Some of our young members think that's fuddy-duddy because they don't belong to a charter that's 50, 60, 70 years deep. In 70 years, if you can't pick up the knowledge that we need to know, and what makes it good is that people started opening up to guys like me. I'm new. I don't have a book. I don't have shit. You said, yeah, you raised your hand, get busy, figure it out. And that's what I did. And some people went along with it, and some people didn't like the way I did it, but oh well, can't please everybody.
What about the first time you come across Pee Wee?